Hello people. Hello people. This is Orym. Before we start out this week, we have another shout out to Battle Bards. Battle Bards is premium audio for all of your RPG tabletop needs. And this week we're going to highlight some of the scripts Battle Bards has put together to breathe some life into your NPCs. They've got innkeepers.
Surely you do not wish to sully this establishment with your patronage?
Random merchants.
I can tell you have a keen eye for fine weaponry.
Ship captains.
If it's passage y'all be seeking, it won't be comfortable or cheap.
And a variety of other languages like elves.
Amin negragani dania.
Infernals. Celestials.
Lapilasa bolape turbs belas.
Even a fire elemental in combat. So if you want your tabletop RPG to sound as good as Godsfall does, check out battlebards.com. And another reminder, guys, we've got a ton of maps up on godsfall.com. We've got world maps, country maps, city maps. We got maps of the tombs from last week. I've even got the handouts that I give to the players that differ from the maps I look at, hiding key features. My name is Orym Vartian. I'm the Dungeon Master for Godsfall, a custom 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign in Washington, D.C. Last week, the party barely escaped from Sebouh and a band of wild elf archers, and lost Adamil as he turned himself in to their authority. Left on their own in the Ironwood, the party stumbled across Orym's temple and made their way inside, learning much about the demigod son of Ogun. As they explored the rotating crypt beneath the temple, the party became separated as dwarven skeletons came to life around them. So before we get started, let's take a look back and see where the players have been so far. This elf fires for Adamil, as does that elf.
The first arrow just kind of cuts into his arm as he turns with it, avoiding a major strike. The second arrow, whack! He just grabs clean out of midair right before it strikes him.
Zion, you hold your hands to the side of you with your palms facing each other and your fingers splayed out as Hagen showed you. You focus on the energy that you can feel building between your hands, and 3 bolts of pure force appear and fire outwards.
What is Turtle Bay?
Turtle Bay is it's a smaller town that's basically fishing, and they also have a large turtle population, and they have an annual turtle festival.
Well, of course.
The mayor has a hat that is shaped like a turtle and wears all green coats.
That's awesome.
He sounds delightful.
You see the 2 stone doors beginning to slide open.
Fuck.
What did you do now?
Cool! Alright, well, I'm rolling my eyes because I tried to tell these idiots and they never, ever, ever listen.
Nope. The walls and ceiling of this dome are covered in intricate stone carvings leafed with gold and silver. It depicts the dead god of earth, Ogun, as a mountain tall enough to partially blot out the very sun. At the foot of this mountain is a young elven woman, her belly full with child and her arms outstretched.
I go up to it and then I jump and get on it.
The room seals off, okay? And the statue begins to gather. Silver dust begins to empty into it like an hourglass. It begins to fill up at the feet. Torvik, where you are, Para and Zion, where you are, I need perception rolls. You hear a creaking and a clicking and a shattering of thin layers of stone as you turn to see the dwarven skeletons rise, their eyes glowing red as they shamble towards you.
Black hair, fairly slight. I'm 16 years old.
My name is Doug, and I play Doro Knot. I have blonde hair. It's parted down the middle to both sides. Invariably, always wears a dark maroon leather trench coat, and inside are various pouches and compartments, performance pants, and because I'm a halfling,
What are performance
Yeah, what are
pants?
performance pants?
performance
Kinda
pants
like
are the pants you
parachute
wear.
pants?
Yeah, sort of.
I'm Steven. I play Torvik Wildtongue, the dwarf paladin-ish person right now.
Fully reborn as a paladin now.
Yes. I just had sap injected via vein. About a little bit taller than 5, or a little bit shorter than 5 feet. Dark brown hair, long dark brown braided hair, giant dark brown beard, big belly, big jovial belly, big arms from lifting steel and whatnot. And then I'm generally in my pub clothes, which are just like a brown, regular brown shirt and pants with a big black belt, chainmail.
This is clean. This I shall wear.
Yeah.
That kind of thing? Gotcha.
Sniff it a couple times. Not completely offensive. Put it on. Go.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Kay, and I am playing Phryne Tinuith, a high elf bard. And I am the tallest member of our party by quite a long shot. I'm about 5'10", with, like Torvik, long dark brown hair, albeit no beard. Currently worn in a braid. My traveling clothes are obviously fabulous. Right now I am wearing my leaf cat suit with my go pouch where I can keep all of my things, and truly fabulous thigh-high boots.
I am playing Para. I am
Who's the worst?
completely naked.
Aw.
I have skin just dark enough to get me into the alternate TSA line. I have black hair, and I am unarmed because my party has never fucking thought to give me a weapon.
I've been thinking about that all
Yeah,
week.
because you're
for 2 weeks.
Because
You're a weapon.
You're a rage monster.
It's true, I am a rage. I'm also a rage monster, and and because of which I burned off all my clothing, so I'm stark-ass naked.
So even if we gave you something, you would just destroy it anyway.
You're like the Hulk.
But with fire. Yeah, that's bad. That is not
Hulk
good.
and Human Torch combined in some awful, annoying package.
Now I'm crying.
No, you wouldn't say that out loud.
And he puts out his fire with his tears.
All right, so this is how we're all laid out. Zion and Para are trapped in a room to the west. Torvik, you're on your own in the room to the east. Phryne and Doro are at the chamber to the north. There is a skeleton in the room in the west and a skeleton in the room in the east. Roll initiative.
From everyone, or just the people with skeletons?
Just the people who have skeletons.
2.
The skeletons rolled a 3 and a 5. Para has a 15.
So we're all collectively kind of dealing with skeletons. It
Yes.
would probably be nice to know in the back of your mind, oh, I have a bunch of piercing weapons.
Yep.
So that's probably not going to work very well.
Yeah, I have bludgeoning.
Well,
You're fine,
hang on. I'm calling. No, no one's seen a skeleton for 98 years. You don't know how to fight a skeletons. So
No, I
put that
know.
out of your head.
Okay.
Who's up?
Me.
All right.
Just you.
You've
Paladin.
seen. It's gonna.
That's not good.
Yeah, no, that is not good.
your stick!
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit it with my stick.
All right, so you just run at him. Just, ah!
You gotta stop the screaming.
Ugh, 5.
Oh,
Or 4,
so
sorry.
he's like, "Ah!" and he just catches the stick as he's like, not really, but knocks it away, right? Okay, who's up?
All right, now, Para.
Para has no weapon or armor because none of you have bothered to give him one. So
I gave him a shirt.
yes, you did give him a shirt, but Para has no weapons and no
He
armor.
is a weapon.
And Para,
Yeah, he is
knows how
a
to use
weapon.
it. So Para just like runs up and tries to grab him as he's like fighting with you and getting ready to basically chop your head off. He runs up and tries to grab him. And he rolls a 1. Okay, I need a reflex save from you, Michael.
What's the reflex save now?
Oh, sorry, not a reflex save. I need a dexterity save. Thank you.
11.
Okay, you guys end up in a pile on the ground. You are both prone right in front of the skeleton. All right, who's up next?
Okay, Torvik.
Do I get any feeling from this, like...
It's bad. You know this is
But
wrong.
like any sort of, like, It's just the fact that it's like...
No, it's more than just the fact that it's a skeleton. You know this is wrong. You know this is an abomination. This stands against everything.
It just makes every bind...
Yes, and you can feel that energy. You can feel that negative energy pressing against you. It's oppressive. It's thick. It's like a fog. You strike and roll weapon damage. And then that's got to do something to skeletons, right? All right, 1 second here. Let's look up how... All right, Divine Smite. Starting at 2nd level, when you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you can expend 1 paladin spell slot to deal radiant damage to the target, in addition to the weapon's damage. This extra damage is 2d8 for a 1st level spell slot, plus 1d8 for each spell level higher than 1st, to a maximum of 5d8. The damage increases by 1d8 if the target is undead or a fiend, which is certainly the case here, so roll for damage.
Do I have to roll for, or are you just going to give
Well, no, you rolled to hit. Now the spell just goes off. She just explodes in a fragment of dust and bones.
2d8 extra damage. Is that plus my...
He's already dead. It is plus your weapon. He's real dead.
Okay.
He just shatters into a pile of dust. It's done.
Do I feel the fog just completely...
Yeah, it's gone. You have extinguished the evil around you.
Okay, Turtle's out of initiative, but there's still one skeleton.
All right.
He, she, maybe, whatever.
I divine sense the shit out of that.
He has a rusty sword, and he goes to plunge it into your chest because you fell right in front of him.
Hold on, I have a reaction.
You do?
All right.
Okay, what does that make your armor class?
Let's see here.
Oh, better be 14. I believe it gives you a +4.
+5, but I'm still...
So he goes, and he gives it right towards your chest at the very last second. Whoom, the armor comes up. Doom. He cannot get through it. You just saved your ass.
No. It's my turn now.
Yes, it is.
And I magic missile his face.
Okay. You start to. Okay, you start to, but then you feel a rush of energy you have not felt before, but it feels connected to your armor.
Well, then I'm going to instead try to direct it.
Okay, give me a straight wisdom.
Please. Oh, 3.
It doesn't destroy him, but you feel a rush, and he is slammed 5 feet back and pressed up against this wall. And you can physically feel the weight of him. You are pushing against him, but at a distance.
Or Paris turns.
Okay, so as you're kind of pressing him up against the wall, Para runs up and puts a hand on the skeleton and closes his eyes, and he bursts into flame and collapses in a pile of fire and bone.
Good job, Para.
Hey, did barbecue everyone in the room. Good job, dude.
Out of initiative.
Okay, so we're all still in these separate rooms?
No, now the sand, as this has been going on, the silver has been filling the statue, and when it gets filled, all of the rooms open up. Walls just kind of lift up, and all the rooms turn, and they're all now facing open into the center together. Instead of the staircase lowering from the ceiling, the floor splits open, and a column rises up. At the top of this column are 2 outstretched hands with the wrists at 90 degrees and the hands open wide, as if they were holding something about a foot in diameter.
We do have seeker stones. All right, so maybe you take one of yours, I take one of mine, and put them in, each hand.
Okay. You guys kind of go up, and they start to glow brighter and tremble a bit as you're walking up.
All right. I don't want it to explode in my face.
Come here, Nas.
Yeah, here. Can you do? No.
It's already been handed off,
All right,
Doro.
Come on, Doro, let's go.
Here we go.
Right.
All right,
So-
you ready, bud?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
The room is filled with that same purple and pink energy, like a miasma, like a fog all around you. You feel dizzy and struggle to right yourself as your vision blurs. And when your vision came back around, the room you're in feels different. The walls and floors are kind of projected with this image. You stand in a wide open circle near the top of this huge onyx spire. And all around you for hundreds and hundreds of miles is a flat expanse of fields and grain. In front of you, 4 people are gathered around a pillar, much like the one in front of you now, with hands outstretched and a single stone hoop, just like the one you saw Orym wielding against Bados earlier, rests upon it. Each one of them has their right hand out and is grasping the hoop and seems to be screaming in agony as they do so. A burst of light explodes out from the center of the hoop and you are all bathed in blinding white. When your vision returns, you collapse back into the room, exhausted but unharmed.
Were these humans?
There was definitely not a dwarf. Human elvi, like they were all that size, so they had to be humans or elves or something like that. As the room resets, the staircase once again descends from the ceiling, exposing the temple above. As you ascend to the surface, the room is again bathed in that pink hue as these naturally occurring seeker stones glow with your presence. As you step out of the stairwell and into the chamber, it grows even brighter, exposing 24 skeletons in a semicircle all around you who turn and advance.
Is this an initiative roll?
Oh, yeah. The skeletons are first. All right, they are all going to come towards you. That's going to hit you. That's going to miss you. So one of them, and you just kind of throw your shield up and block it, right? And the other one, as you're blocking it, comes in and just rakes down the front of your chest. Just kind of claws you. So it only takes 2 points of damage as you pull away from its bony tendrils.
Yeah, but I'm going to shoot my magic missile.
All right, excellent.
Everybody get down and then get ready to run. And so I am going to cast in this circular room, so it will theoretically reverberate around Thunder Wave.
She just goes, "Get out!" And a burst of thunder and a wave kind of thumps you in the chest as it emanates from her. This one, and this one are shot backwards and then explode into dust and crumble to the ground. So all 3 of these guys are gone.
I teleport towards the door.
Okay.
Oh, good call.
Para says, "Go! Go!"
Okay.
Striking at Friday. That's going to hit you.
Disadvantage.
Oh, right. Hang on. Does that work for everyone?
A creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you. You can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll.
So you need to choose who you're defending. I would say the 2 weakest people looking are her and Para.
Alright, well, Para's on fire, so he's fine.
Excellent.
So I'll
Please don't
Oh,
die.
you are lucky. So he would, because I rolled an 18 first,
Yeah.
he comes right for your face, and then a shield just appears in front of it, and the bony fingers dance off it.
Thank you.
Okay, next is going to be Para. Para gets missed. You get missed. I'm assuming, is a 12 going to hit you?
Maybe.
Well, you have that
12?
armor.
That was 11. Oh, yes, +1.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it gets me.
All right, you feel bony fingers rake across your shoulder as you take only 1 point of damage. You're able to kind of spin out of the way.
Oh, it's
Yeah, well,
here.
they've all been clawing you.
That's true.
Oh, I don't, critical 1 miss. We'll resolve that in a second. That's not going to hit you. Does a 15 hit you?
No, I'm 18.
No.
I'm going to run the fuck away. Of course, doing so, I'll have to pass through here, where that person is, invoking an attack of opportunity.
for him passing through
An ally.
But you can't. Can you?
We already established that we could in the previous
Doro
battle.
could.
Doro.
Because Doro can pass through a space.
But you let me pass through.
Smaller. Yeah, but he wasn't directly in that space.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Let me just find out real quick. Hang on, let me just look it up. Okay.
And it's also around allies.
Yes.
Which
you
might
can
be different.
move through a non-hostile creature space. Oh, done.
Anyway, back to the combat.
Now, if it's a diagonally from somebody,
It
that
counts
is,
as a movement and a half.
right. But I mean, I would be invoking an attack of opportunity right there, right? So 2 attacks of opportunity, but that's the only way I
So,
can go.
I'm sorry.
But you can run, so
Can
you
someone
can do
explain the
60.
attack of opportunity thing?
All right. Well, I'm running, but when I'm doing so,
If you're just running, he's right. Hang on.
If you take the disengage action, your movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks for the rest of the turn.
That's what you've done, though. You've done nothing but move, so you can run without being attacked.
So that's your attack.
All right, so I also have a clear path out, right?
Correct.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Excellent. There is a rumbling as you step outside,
Great.
and the doors are beginning to close.
Can't leave Para in there.
I push Para into the skeletons and I run out the door. Problem solved.
Thank you for your sacrifice, Para. What?
You'll always be remembered.
We'll call this Para Day from now.
We will remember you always.
Doc, I'm going to start docking you assholes XP. Right, so who's next?
All right, next is Doro.
So you're outside. What do you do?
Dora, we gotta get you a bow.
I have a bow.
Start plucking them.
What? What? That's piercing. It's not going to do anything.
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
Okay, fine. Then I pull out my bow.
All right. So he's going to turn.
Yeah.
Right.
And I shoot at that one that's right in front of me. 4, and that is 10.
Thing just straight through his rib cage and carries on.
All right,
Now we know.
Para.
Okay, Para drops down and is engulfed now in flames. Run!
So I can move and attack, right?
You can move and attack, but you will invoke an attack of opportunity for leaving a creature's threatened space while doing so.
Okay, that's fine.
Whack and just reduce him to dust because your strength on top of that just crack and just shatter
Now,
his
do I
head.
does he get one opportunity of attack since I left his bubble? So
He claws at you as you leave and rolls a 1 and basically just gets completely entangled with his buddy. So these two are now like fingers and bones wrapped around each other and are wrapped up into each other. All right, Para held for as long as he could.
It's not his turn.
No, but he held an action.
Oh, I see.
That's what he was doing on his turn, was holding an action until everyone got away from him.
Gotcha.
He releases, and there is a burst of fire that goes out to here. So everything in this thing just gets completely engulfed in fire, and all of these crumble to dust, and Para passes out.
Shit. All right, my turn. I am going to cast the cantrip of message, and to him say, "Get Para!" And
You're getting yelled at to him.
Okay, that's my last spell. There we go. Get Para!
By the way, as you're shouting that,
Okay.
Get Para.
All right.
There's nothing else I can do. I'm.
roll intelligence.
Oh, I can use my my staff. All right, so I go there
It's a, yep,
and
and extend it.
extend it.
And you can feel it straining. It will splinter. Even a magical staff will eventually splinter, but you bottom a couple rounds.
Okay.
So I am gonna unleash Firebolt
No, excellent.
there.
So you just kind of run up, and a bolt of flame just leaps out of your. You hurl a bolt of fire at a creature or object within range. You make a ranged spell attack, so you do roll a die 20.
Okay.
On a hit, the target takes 1 die 10 fire damage. The flammable object of the spell ignites. Flies across the room, strikes the skeleton, which erupts into flame and crumbles to the ground.
Okay, so I get out Sealed Beard's rope. I leave it uncoiling in the spot where I was
Right?
as I dash in.
Okay, so you let it roll behind you, I'm assuming. So
Yeah.
5.
I'm trailing it behind me as I'm running in.
So you dash to that point, and you see Doro run, just basically dash through your, around you, and trailing a rope as he's running, trailing his leaf rope as he's going.
All right, Torvik.
realize what he's doing, so I reach down and I grab onto the rope, letting it like a rappel, letting it slide through my hands, but getting ready as soon as he grabs onto it. I'm gonna. Yeah.
Are you going to step back through the door or right where you are?
I'll step back like right in the middle of the door.
Right here?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Maybe a little bit farther back.
Gotcha.
You can hold the pole on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. It is right there. Trouble. Para is like starting to come around and realizes that he's surrounded. So the first one kind of like digs into the back of his shoulder as he's trying to run and pulls him backwards. The second one just opens up the side of his neck and he is gushing blood. He kind of stumbles to the ground. He's still alive, but he is not doing well.
Shit. I hold and steady my bars.
All right. There's one in the center, a splinter breaks out and comes out of the middle of it. So a little teeny splinter has broken away. The pressure is getting to it.
Uh-oh.
A cantrip doesn't use a spell slot.
Correct.
Can I...
Go fireball, fireball, fireball. Absolutely, you
Yeah,
can.
I just want to toss another fireball at the one, closest to him, who is presumably, now collapsed. Okay, so yeah, fireball.
That'll hit.
Yeah, because it's 22.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit. Roll damage. Ah, poof, gone. Erupts in flame, collapses to nothing.
I grab him,
Right?
and I use my inspiration point.
Yes.
And then I teleport backwards as far as possible.
Okay, roll it. You grab him, and you guys appear here. Way past, like at the bottom of the stairs. I need a strength check from one or both of you to get the rod out of the door. Between the two of you, that's enough. It pulls free, and with the skeleton hands, and there are probably a dozen wild elves, all with longbows, all raised at you, with Sebouh and Adamil standing about 10 feet in front of them. Adamil is unarmed. Sebouh's got both swords, arms crossed, staring at all of you. We just here to talk.
All right.
All right, he waves, but they keep them here. They're not putting the arrows away. You have been asked to leave the forest. We are now here to make sure you do. Where would you like to go?
Turtlefest. Turtlefest.
Look, we're headed south. Yeah, to the human road to the south.
Oh, Armin, could you be a doll? My things are in that hut. If you could just grab them as we're on the way out.
You're talking to Adamil? He laughs. He's like, no. He just walks up.
Well, I reach into my pack and I grab one of my 2 outfits. And I hand it to Para and say, all right, try not to burn this one up.
So how long is it to the road?
Half a day's journey. 4 of the elves vanish into the forest. 4 are in front. 4 are in back. Sebouh is in the back watching everyone. Pissed as fuck. And Adamil is walking with you guys.
I mean...
Someone's going to talk to this guy.
I was
One of you
gonna
three's
talk to
going to talk
Sebouh.
to him. I'm going to go back and actually talk to Sebouh.
Adamil, what happened when you returned to your people?
I explained to them what I had done, and they took away my guardianship. On top of that, they were going to try me until we heard about what you had done. Then they were more willing to listen to my side.
And why is that? What is it about this temple?
This temple has not been opened since the gods' war, and we were told it would only be opened again when the gods returned. You have been deemed outside of the authority of the wild elves, and therefore so have I.
So
have you.
Are you coming with us then?
I am not. I shall return, and I shall re-earn my position amongst my tribe.
What are you connected to?
The god of speed.
And as he says that, he just kind of, boom, 60 feet this way, grabs an apple, 60 feet this way, boom, and he's right back.
What does your tribe think that is going on? What do they think you are? What do they think
They have not told me everything either. But as far as what Haggins knows, she believes we are all attached to the old ones. That all of us are the new paths that these gods could seek.
Are there others like you?
We believe so. We believe there be one for every single god that used to exist. Though I have had access to my divinity for nearly a year, I have walked upon those steps of Orym's temple. Those doors did not open for me. Whatever the 5 of you are, is something very different.
You seem to go quickly through the woods. Clearly, they know the clearest paths. They're not tripped up by the underbrush, and they cut a quick path through the woods to the road. Right.
Yeah,
Obviously.
Who live here?
Right.
Yeah.
The Ironwood empties out onto a barren ridge that becomes a cliff overlooking the southern sea. The road curves and continues west, gently sloping downwards until it meets the sea at Turtle Bay. It's about 3 p.m., and it is a warm summer afternoon with a light breeze coming off the ocean.
So about another hour and a half of walking.
That's it.
I mean, I'd be inclined to just proceed to civilization and maybe find some place that has something to offer besides hammocks.
I think that is an excellent idea.
Definitely say my goodbyes to Adamil and say, well, if you ever need us, there's no way for you to contact us, but if you ever
If
find
we
us-
need you, we will come find you. It's about an hour outside Turtle Bay, and you can start to see, the ocean opening up, and the hills are kind of lessening into more of a sloping green as you're coming towards the ocean. And you hear a little girl yelling, Oliver!
Okay. Yeah.
Oliver!
I'm not talking to a child.
If Oliver's not the name of a beer, we're not stopping.
Oliver!
That sounds like a little girl.
All right, well, I run over to see at least what's happening.
And I follow him.
So a little bit off
I
of
follow
the trail.
him.
A little bit off of the trail towards where it just kind of drops away a bit,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
There is a little girl, and she's about, I'd say 10, 11 years old. She's lying on her stomach, and she's kind of reaching over the edge.
Over the... Stop! What are you... Whoa! Little girl, what are you doing? Stop!
Okay, she kind of turns up, and she's like, Oliver,
Okay,
he fell."
right. Get away from the cliff now.
So this little girl is there, and she's got, she has a backpack that's open with a flap, and she's looking down because about 120 feet down on a little outcropping is a turtle. The turtle's on its back and is rolling back and forth. It's got about 6 inches if it goes this way. If it goes this way, it's going off, and there's no way it's going to survive that fall.
How heavy does this turtle look?
Looks like a turtle a little girl could carry, so it's like, like
No
this
box.
big for us, and like,
Okay.
you
So I can hand you my rope.
Okay, so you're going to tie the rope off somewhere? There's like a
Hand it
tree.
to
Just
me.
handed it to me.
I'm
He's
not
not strong enough to hold you up.
I see
He's
you
got
guys
strength
talking
of
about it.
9.
Just
I
wrap
trudge
it,
over
wrap
just
it around.
angrily.
No,
I hand him the rope.
wrap it around
In
the
some
tree.
kind of weird confidence that he's going to be able to do this.
And then you start climbing?
Just wrap it.
Roll a strength roll.
Yeah.
Wrap
right
it around.
now.
Wrap the rope around a tree.
It's too late. They started.
I
He just
look
gave
at
it to him and
I
just
look at
jumped
him
down.
laughing.
I mean, the idea is that
Wait,
we've gone...
Franny, watch this. He's going to go over
to
too.
help this little girl.
Right.
And they're like... They don't
They're
care,
walking
whatever.
up. No.
So I assume this is the resource.
We're not
we
walking,
have.
we
So
stop.
yes, I
All
started
right, 10
dressing.
minus 1 is 9.
Okay, no, you fall.
Bye,
So
Dora.
you start climbing, and he falls onto his knees, and I need a dex save from you.
I see this and go, oh, shit.
Yep.
Run over as fast as I can. Well,
You're right.
Waddle.
13.
13 plus?
13.
Okay, you hit the side, let go with one hand, and are barely gripping on with one. I need a strength save. You cling on.
I see
you
this
get up
happening.
there.
I run over and I grab the rope.
Strength.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
That's fine.
I rip
Grabs
the
with
turtle.
one hand. And
Yeah.
it's like, I got you. All right.
You owe me a beer, asshole.
All right. So you are holding the rope. You are kind of holding the rope as well. You are lowering yourself to a turtle. All right.
Yes.
Just give me a climb check, which I guess is just a straight dex.
7.
Okay. Well, you fall.
Again.
Okay.
It's not a knotted rope, so you literally like start to climb down, and then I guess just slip, or you were trying to move yourself back around and just became like confused, and you fall. So roll a dex save to hit the ledge.
Okay. 17.
Okay, so you fall, but you're not that far from it, so you're able to kind of gosh, and you're gripping on the edge of the ledge, and the turtle is rolling back and forth right in front of you.
I grabbed the turtle.
Wait. What are the rest of you doing?
Doro, are you all right?
I.
And this is why you think before you act.
But,
I'm still holding on to the rope.
Turtle.
Just getting angrier and angrier
Just
by the minute.
wrap it around a tree. It'll make me feel better. Dora, why don't you just nudge the turtle?
Don't worry, little girl. I'll save your turtle.
All right, well, I distract the girl so she won't watch as if Doro decides to do
You're
something
like, there,
a
little girl.
little strange.
Right, okay,
So
so
I
she's
turn around.
like,
Don't look.
I'm just so scared,
You
mister.
just have to close your eyes and believe. Oliver will be fine.
Oliver has to be okay.
You know, I'm looking around
Oliver's
for
probably
another turtle
going
because
to
she probably
die.
won't tell the difference.
Wow. Wow.
Look, it's Oliver.
Look, it's Oliver the second. Stop crying. You notice 3 people walking up on you guys, and they don't look like the friendliest sort. And then behind them, there's a couple other people who have bows, who are just kind of about maybe 50 feet back.
Don't like us.
And
How are they dressed?
how's it going? They're dressed like bandits are dressed. That's what you would assume. From your position, you would look at these people and go, bandits. You know what I mean?
We could actually really use your assistance. We have great disaster below.
We would love to help you as soon as you give us everything you have.
I turned to him and looked at him and said, wait a minute. We got one of your own down here. We're trying to help him out.
You're going to have to give us everything you own. So now they're out.
So I yanked the rope and get Doro up.
Okay, hang on.
Fuck the
Let's
turtle.
go into initiative.
In that case, I'm going to move in front of the girl, attack with my bow staff, my fork staff.
Oh, you do want to hit someone with your stick.
Also, I bet, and I'm just taking a guess here, you're trying not to reveal yourself, correct?
That's
Yep.
I don't want to shoot a magic missile at these people here.
Yep.
19.
Oh,
you finally hit.
that does. So
You hit something
Yes.
with your stick.
Let's make it do that. You hit something before I
gotta
ever
roll
did.
the damage roll.
That's
It's
true.
gonna be a 1.
That's
Just
true.
hang on.
That's true.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
one
I
dice,
hit him for 1.
dice 6 minus 1.
Plus 1.
No, minus 1.
I know,
because
minus
of-
1 plus 1 equals 0.
Why is there a plus? Oh, because it's a plus
Because
1.
it's a plus
Because
one.
it's a
It's a plus
magical quarterstaff,
Yeah.
right?
It's a magic staff.
Yeah,
It's
so
a
I will
branch.
definitely hit something for the very first time. So excited.
I've only hit one thing.
I rolled a 6.
All right, so you just crack him. Right out to hit the microphones. You just crack him. Whoa. Knocked him right out.
Doro, they have ale. Sorry, hang on. And I drop the rope, draw the hammer.
All right.
And go
All right,
after
so
her.
you drop the rope, and I assume just go straight forward,
Yeah.
correct? Gotcha.
Rage,
Yeah.
withdrawals, rage, hate.
Question before you deal damage. Are you doing lethal damage?
No,
Okay.
I never do. I'll never.
That's kind of what I figured you guys were doing. I
never
just
do
want to
lethal
make sure.
damage Unless
I have no problem with
undead
these
or
lethal
dark.
damage if required.
Yeah.
I know you don't.
Right. So, for her, yes. But for both Torvik and I, assume that whenever I'm hitting with my stick, unless I say otherwise, I'm intending to only do
That's what I assume.
Needs
non-lethal
must.
damage.
Plus they're bandits.
So I'm
ruining
doing-
Turtlefest.
As Torvik charges forward, there is a weird light that kind of appears behind his eyes, kind of like a greenish yellow glow, very similar to those cat's eyes you saw right after he got out of the cocoon. And he just charges forward with a rage you haven't seen before. Wham! Right, just kind of lays into him, and you see a huge burst of light on into a ball. There's a dent in his breastplate where he hit him. Boom. And the other one's like, whoa, whoa. So all of them are now starting to back the fuck off. I need perception rolls from the rest of you because we're out of initiative at this second.
10.
I have
19 plus 1 is 20.
You definitely see her. She has run. The little girl ran to grab the rope. She tripped and is going over the edge. Dex save from you, Michael.
For me?
Yes.
yeah, you're the only one who saw.
You don't get to pick the best player to do the dex save.
He's also the one right.
Oh,
my God.
Sorry, little girl.
Okay,
off the
so
cliff.
you go to grab her,
Guess you'll be reunited with Oliver.
and you aren't ready, and you both go over the cliff together. Okay, so both of them just fell. The bandits saw that. We're now back in initiative, so we got to re-roll initiative.
All right, first to act is Torvik.
So you just saw both the girl and him go over the edge.
I look to those three and I say, "You seen what I've done to you, later? Do you want some more? Do you want some more?"
That's a good question. Do they want some more? Ooh,
No,
they
they don't.
What did you
You rolled a
get?
20.
Fucking 20.
Oh, they don't want
They
some
don't
more.
want none of this
No,
shit.
they actually are now backing off. The bows have been lowered. They're backing off. We can now consider ourselves back out of initiative. Well done.
I am going to try to grab the side of the wall and save myself.
Okay, I want a dexterity save.
Is the rope still up there?
No.
Or is it gone over?
The
too?
rope has now gone over. She's holding it and falling. That is what has happened.
13.
13 is enough. I need a strength to see if you can hold on, though.
Nope. Sure.
Nope. So you grab but your fingers and you just start tumbling.
Take these away from me.
The little girl, unless she rolls really well, No, she's falling too. Doro, you're right there, so what are you going to do? They're both falling. Like, one's falling on this side, and one's falling on this side of you. What are you going to do?
I want to right the turtle as I let go to grab the rope and fall towards him to grab him.
That's one too many. You can't right the turtle.
Well,
You can have the rope and push off and try and grab Michael. Did you roll a 20? As you leap off the thing with the rope in one hand, and as you're going to grab him, you realize the rope is extended further than it should be. And you do 2 quick tugs, and you wrap both arms around him, and she's coming towards you at a faster
and the
speed.
rope pulls her up.
Roll to see if you can grab her leg as well.
That's what 18.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So you just 2 little tugs on the rope in midair. You grab Zion. You're tumbling around, and you boom grab her leg as well. You rolled to see that if you can teleport, and it said yes.
No.
Okay, you're gonna have one more try.
Perfect.
You're falling further. There's 3 of them falling. You can only get 1 spell off. Which one do you cast it on?
Well, he's holding both the girl and Zion, right?
What's the weight limit on feather fall though? It's strength checks for him for holding
Choose
both.
no, and I can choose up to 5 falling creatures within
Fucking
range.
kidding me!
Wow. That's got to be a level 2 spell.
Jesus, did they change that spell?
No, first level.
Okay, no, well that's perfect
Choose
then.
up to 5
You can
falling
just
creatures within
rocks.
range.
Oh wait, are you doing the material needs for it?
What are the material needs for
An
it?
actual feather.
Let's assume that Haggins would have given her
Okay.
one. Yeah, Haggin would definitely have given you
Plus,
a feather.
I grabbed a Bella.
Right, exactly. Right, because you have a feather boa, you can just pluck one
plucks
off.
it right
Okay, so you literally just
They're all spell components.
as everyone else is freaking the fuck out, she's just like, guys, really, we've got this, and just waves a hand, and all of you, boom, and now you're just slowly falling. Would you like to try and port again?
Right. Magic. That's gonna take getting used to.
And the turtle is falling off
I'm
the
after
ledge.
the turtle.
All right. So what are you gonna do?
I teleport towards the turtle to try and reach and grab him
All
as
right.
he's falling.
Can you port? Yes. So boom, boom, right there. Grab him. Dex.
11.
Yeah, it's a big round thing. Wonk. Okay, you got the turtle in your arms. As you're floating down, the turtle is pulled completely inside its shell, and it kind of looks out, and it looks out, and it looks at you, and it leans its neck all the way forward, and it nibbles really gently on your nose, and then pulls back.
I giggle on my way down.
Right. Yeah, so you're about 250 feet down now.
How long is that rope?
The rope can get 150 feet long,
I recoil the rope.
right? And the little girl's like, I was so worried. Don't do that to me again. You have to win first place in this contest so I can buy the medicine for father.
You don't happen to live around here. You
My
wouldn't have
name
to
is
know.
Ella.
Nice to meet you, Ella. My name is Dora.
His name is Oliver, and
Nice to
he
meet you,
thanks you
Oliver.
very much, Mr. Doro, for saving him.
I'm assuming you live around here. Do you know a way towards the village we were heading towards? I think it was Turtle Bay?
I'm headed to Turtle Bay. I'm going to enter Oliver in the best turtle contest, and he's going to win so I can buy medicine so my father feels better.
So, do you think maybe you could lead us back to the village?
If we walk along the coast, we can get there. Oliver likes the beach.
And we walk in 2 groups.
Yeah,
one,
so you guys,
one below, one above.
the road gets closer and closer to the coast anyway, so this actually works out fine. And eventually, about, I'd say, 10 minutes outside of town, it gets to the point where you guys can just clamber back up to the road.
What kind of medicine does your father need, child?
Oh, God, I don't know the exact medicine. It's
Ella.
not one that you have, though. It's the certain...
You don't know that it's not one that I have. I have a lot of things.
No, but as a DM, I know it's not one that you have because I wrote it that way.
Because that is convenient to you and not me.
But she needs 25 gold. She needs 25 gold to win this contest to buy the medicine that Shay needs because her father is ill.
I mean, I have
Alone at 11 years old.
I have some things that I need to take care of with my money, but I need to see how much it costs. But, you know, if we'll see how the contest goes. And I'll probably help her out if it goes poorly.
Oliver is, as far as you can tell, a fairly exceptional turtle.
Very nice.
As turtles go.
As
In
turtles
all
go.
your years of turtle judging.
All right, well, we make our way to Turtle's Bay.
Right, and the whole way, she's like, I love Turtlefest, and every year I go, and they have the most amazing food. And she's just like holding your hand the whole way.
And what kind of food's there?
They have turtle soup and turtle steaks.
To reverberate it, it's like two children talking to each other. Like, what kind of turtles are there? And what kind of soup is there?
They have 17 kinds of
Turtlefest. Do they have tickets? So what kind of animals are there? Do you get to ride them? Do you get to pet them?
There's ponies dressed as turtles, and you get to pet them, and you get to ride them, and there's 3 times of turtle soup, and it's the best kind of turtle soup.
Which kind of turtle soup is the best, though?
All the kinds of turtle soup are the best.
Just
back and forth,
angrier,
for half an hour,
and angrier.
God, there are so many reasons why I'm really happy I didn't fall off a cliff.
You had to give him that feather thing, didn't you?
I know. Our lives would be so much easier.
As you approach the town of Turtle Bay, you are greeted with the sight of several Ani galleons offshore with their crimson sails, dressed along the sides with gold.
No, I think I know where we'll be staying tonight, gentlemen.
Exactly. There's also an elven ship from Ryland in the bay as well.
Do we notice any Godarian vessels?
No Godarian.
No, there's fun here.
No
Torvik cannot give a shit less about any of that. He is just beelining it.
No, as you guys are walking down the
faster
main road,
and faster away from you guys.
You get to about where there's like 6 wagons loaded up, and there is a stop point where there are soldiers basically talking to everyone as they go in. And you see a couple people ahead of you, like pulling out a sword or handing over a dagger as they're heading into a town. So it looks like they're checking for weapons.
Let me go first.
Walk with a limp.
They, so it takes about 10 minutes to go through this, but as you're going up, you can easily tell who these guys are. They are the Order. It is a peacekeeping force that answers directly to the King of Brennus.
The King of Brennus, who is subject to the Emperor and God King of Ani.
Absolutely.
We're heading into a TSA line for weapons inspection?
Yeah. You're first, I assume.
I am first.
Excuse me, gentlemen. You guys have to leave all your weapons here. Thank you very much.
Whatever. Here. I don't care. Take it.
We have diplomatic immunity, so...
You do, but you'll leave your weapons hid.
No, my diplomatic immunity, you don't have any right to go.
We understand, ma'am. However, the king is hid. You'll leave your weapons hid.
I'm literally handing over
there's
everything.
Different rules for today. So yes, you're absolutely right, but not while the king's here.
I mean, I've thrust everything into my diplomatic pouch, which he isn't allowed to look at.
And he will agree to that. He will not look in your diplomatic pouch. He will ask for your crossbow, however.
That doesn't fit in.
Because your diplomatic pouch is, it's still fairly big.
That's fine. I can... Look, guys, I can buy you all new weapons. It's fine.
Whatever. Go.
They don't ask for the staff. They don't ask for a staff.
Like a walking
Because it looks like a
they
walking
take my
stick.
shield and my armor.
Shittier than that.
They're going to want... No, not your armor. But they will want a shield. Are you trying to hide your daggers?
I'm going to try a dagger.
Understood. Dora walks in with 1 dagger.
So I have a question.
I'm sorry, what is your name?
Dennis.
Yeah! Dennis and Randall!
Dennis of Brennus.
I am Sir Dennis McGinnis of Brennus.
Alright, Sir Dennis McGinnis of Brennus. Where are you keeping our things?
Your things will be put into lock. There's like huge trunk lock boxes. They take your name. They lock everything up. They write the name down.
No. I've already taken your name. So
just so we know which ones it goes. As soon as you want to leave, your things will be right here. Just come back to this checkpoint. Everything will be here. As you guys clear security, you hear a blast of trumpets as the royal delegation from Ani enters the town square, led by none other than King Jacob Claudivo himself. He is dressed in full armor, shield strapped to his back, and dual longswords wrapped at his waist, floating in midair as he glides along waving to the crowd. They love the king here. They are throwing rose petals of both red and gold in front of him as he comes in.
So he's using magic to...
But it's
the king's got powers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of when the god of man died and passed on all of his armor and weapons and crown and everything, he is wearing multiple artifacts.
Okay.
So he has an unbelievable amount of power, which has basically risen him to demigod status.
Is this like a parade?
Oh yeah. There are.
I would have ran up into the parade and joined the crowd of just random.
No, you wouldn't have, because there are guards along the edge of the crowd. No one's running into the square right now while the king's there.
No, I was joining the rabble.
Oh yes.
But Uncle Jacob.
So as the king's floating along and you guys are riding up, I assume, and the little girl's running with you because she's excited too. It's the king! It's the king!
I don't care about the king.
So
I'm not with them.
he remembers you because
Obviously.
who would forget? And you see him just kind of do this, right? And go right back to waving. You immediately, and the rest of you as you're walking up, notice several guards coming towards you, and you hear, "Hey, Franny! Hey!
Hello.
Hey, Franny, what's up?" And Brannick comes out, dressed in his full uniform.
The tiny head
Brannick, I was
tribe.
going to say, Brannick, your head looks as tiny as ever.
Listen, the king wants you to come to his table.
He has the best ale.
Yeah, we're going. Let's go.
Hey, it's good to see you. Where you been? Yeah, it's a good part. There's going to be a dance.
I'd heard rumors.
Well, I just thought, maybe like we could go. I gotta go work, but it's good to see you. And he like gets back in line, and you guys are being marched.
So I guess you know that.
No, we are
Towards the end.
being
Gentlemen.
politely escorted.
Yes, yes. You're being
Marched.
politely
Certainly not.
escorted towards the end. Let me actually pull that up. On your left is a cemetery as you come into town, and on your right are various small houses and fishing shacks and other parts that just kind of make up the downtown core of the city. You proceed into the town square with the Shellback Inn on your left and the Trade Ministry and kind of Guild Hall all in one building on the right. Torvik, if you want to go do some armor stuff or pay your dues, that's where you want to go. Just past the square are the town docks that feed into Turtle Bay, and there's a private dock further on to the west. As the town meets a point off into the bay, the Temple of Ayus rises out, the one stone building in the whole town. There's a cutout towards the main tower where you can see sky through it. And from where you're standing right now, the sun is shining right through that cutout and casting a long shadow in the shape of a crescent moon across the town square. All right, and you guys enter, and it is lovely. And they also ask you, it's not dinner time yet, so they walk into the Great Hall and they give you official invitations.
Is this like an all-access pass to Turtlefest?
That's basically what you're being given. They are kind of just going over kind of the rules with you. When the king walks in, they don't need to tell you, but they tell you guys when the king approaches your table, stand. Don't start eating before he starts eating. Don't lift a glass before he lifts a glass. That kind of thing, right? So they're going over. So this lasts about.
Should we just have a whole rolling battle of etiquette?
This lasts about an hour. While they're also taking your measures, okay? However, they come through with flutes of wine as they're doing all this.
It's like 10 flutes of wine for everybody. I grabbed all of them.
Right.
Just start.
The girl's with you in the turtle.
She get measured
Yeah,
too?
she's like laughing, and they give her like a little apple juice or something, and she's sipping
At one
it.
point,
She's holding
while
the
this is
turtle
all
the whole
happening,
time.
I'm like, it's like you're part of the group now.
Yep.
What's
Hey,
this?
Ella,
Oh
Ella,
God, can we not
Ella.
bring in?
Yes! No, the little girl's coming now!
No, I'm pleasant.
Yeah!
She has to get back to her sick father.
What?
Ella, what's
He might die.
So these are Aenean servants, right?
He might die. What are you rooting for? They are
I want
servants.
the girl to come with me! Anarchy!
Ella, what's the name of the medicine that your father needs?
Oh, and she says, it's this plot device medicine.
Oh, all right.
Plot
Excellent.
device A.
Excellent. Hugh, over there, if you could just go fetch the plot device medicine for me, that'd be great.
We'll be right on top of that plot device medicine. No,
Excellent.
No problem at all, ma'am.
Excellent. And
Get the plot device medicine. Get it right now.
And as you're
We need 2 cc's of blood device medicine.
I need mine to be green because she knows that it's Turtlefest. And
Exactly.
everyone to the Turtle Ball
And all-
is supposed to wear green. And if you
all of
don't
us.
wear green, they can pinch you because pinching turtles.
Well, I'm going to make sure to wear green then.
Yay! I'll be in green and you'll be in green. And
Yeah.
we'll all be in green.
Well,
I'll
be
take a
green.
green suit.
Yay! Now she's been brought her medicine, so she has it.
Yeah.
But she still wants to win the contest.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's go win the contest, girl.
Ella,
Come on.
Don't wander off alone. You have your dad's medicine. Isn't he really sick? Doesn't he need it?
Shouldn't you be,
God, that's a good fucking point. She's like,
we'll enter Oliver for you.
will you?
I will!
Would you enter Oliver for me?
I
Because
absolutely
I have to get
will
back to my
enter
dad
Oliver.
because I'm a responsible kid and not an asshole. So I'm going to run back home.
This would have happened a long time ago. You're not responsible, asshole. You let your...
Yeah.
I'm just gonna back in for a servant. Can you escort her home, please?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That can happen because she's a little girl and shouldn't be in the woods alone. So sure, yeah, absolutely.
She should have her turtle by the fucking cliff.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. There's a lot of things that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah,
All right,
fucking with
all right.
evolution.
So
This is like...
good. So Ella.
Wait.
Survival, but not stupid.
That Ella, who has been so excited for Turtlefest.
She's excited for Turtlefest. But she's more excited about her dad being better.
But here's the,
You know?
But, I mean, we can send servants to bring him the medicine.
Yeah, but she still wants to be with her dad.
Okay, well,
Like, that's why she's here.
Off
So
she
she,
goes.
but she does run up to you and she's like, "Will you put Oliver in the contest for me? I want him to win because he's really excited about it."
What is the contest?
It's best turtle contest.
I'm gonna make
We
sure
need-
your
did
turtle
you write
wins
mechanics
this
for what
contest.
the rules for best turtle is?
Yeah.
What are the rules?
The rules go this way.
So I want her to explain.
Is Oliver alive and entered? He wins. That's how my mechanics for Turtlefest work.
He is.
Okay.
He is, after all, an exceptional turtle.
Yes, he is. He's rather exceptional.
Giving him a pep talk and
Yes.
like nodding and then
He's like, yeah, I'm the best. I'm the best.
And turtle straight, and he's like slowly moving. I should scope out the competition
For best
Oliver.
turtle?
Yeah.
oh my
All right.
God.
Okay. Excellent. No, that's
God, I know what you're gonna do.
outstanding.
Oh no.
All right. So
I like it.
he starts to. So here, got Oliver tucked under your arm, and you're going back to the registration
Oliver's
area.
with me the whole time.
Yeah, totally. Okay. So you're going
I
back.
carry him around like he's my briefcase.
There's a middle kind of runway area where they're putting different turtles, and turtles are walking, and they're giving them leaves for standing with their neck up and straight. And you notice that they'll have like their tail kind of pointed out like a proper little turtle pose like that.
Show in turtle form.
Basically,
I stop Torvik while we're coming up, and I'm like, listen,
your name, sir.
Doro Knot,
Doro Knot, and your turtle's name.
Oliver.
Oliver Knot. Excellent.
Oh well, his last name is a Knot, but I
Is he adopted?
I'm his guardian.
Oh, you're entering a friend's turtle.
Exactly.
Friend turtle Oliver.
That's not a penalty, is it?
No, of course not. Oh, yeah, you are showered and dressed and wearing your very, very fine outfits. I'm assuming you're going to wear the fine outfit they brought you. Para's Para's clearly never worn anything like this ever.
Because he burns all his clothes off.
Well, that he's a poor farmer, so like, yeah, I mean, he's,
call him
yeah.
He is.
He's clearly enjoying this a lot, and he is excited to see the king.
Anybody who's anyone doesn't show up until at least 8.
I'm no one.
Yeah, exactly. So me and him are just trudging, ready to go.
So the inn has been dressed up with emerald, bunting, and there's like a big wooden turtle, and he's got a big, huge happy face as you're walking in. It's all charming. It's nice, and they've really put what seems like, they've gone above and beyond a bit to try and accommodate.
Some rustic effort into
Yeah,
it.
there's like an emerald rug that leads into the inn. There's some little things they've done. They've lit all the candles. They've clearly dusted all the sills. Like everything's clean. They've gone the extra effort to look good for the king.
Are clearly out of place.
Well, you guys don't look like you're out of place, though. I mean, you guys, you were able to bathe. They trimmed up your beard a bit. They gave you guys.
They didn't touch the beard.
They didn't touch the beard. Haircut.
The hair.
Fair enough.
Don't touch the beard.
Yeah, I mean, haircuts, everything. They give you guys massages. You guys are looking pretty damn good, actually. Not like you just stumbled out of the woods. All right, so you guys head in, and it is lovely. It's not particularly filled. There are basically in the open area, they've just pushed all the tables back into a moon shape where there are all dressed with emerald tablecloths, and there are candles, and there are plates, and everything's set up, but there's no food out yet. There is a main stage, kind of in a half moon against the wall, and then there's like a bar off to the side, and there are people setting up everything. The moment you walk up, you are offered champagne and an assortment of meats and cheeses. Para is looking a little tipsy. Para's a little tipsy already. He is not one that's...
Pace yourself, Para.
Okay.
Pata.
I
We
just
got
kind
a long night of partying ahead.
I'm in. I am in. So you see the guy who went to get the ale kind of turn his like that towards the stage. Dun, da, 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 and they start playing like. Yeah, it's there's just a little bit of background music lightly in the background. They weren't planning on playing this early, but there's people here, so they're playing.
That means we are socially superior.
Whatever.
If things don't go horribly awry, presumably all of us have non-traditional lifespans.
Right.
That's a very fair thing to think.
Like,
yeah.
If we are like, there've been
You guys had hints about this, but Automil just kind of underlined it. He's like, yeah, according to Haggins, you're all attached to one of these planes of
If
existence.
that's the case, no. I won't believe that I'm a god until I don't have to shit and eat anymore.
Or unless someone asks you if you are one.
But
Then you say yes.
But you still choose to eat cheese.
Yeah.
Right. I don't need this, but I desire it. Bring me all the cheese. Make my palace of cheese.
Get his palace of cheese. That god of cheese.
Best place ever.
Only for a short period of time, though. And then it would cease being the best place ever.
This is awesome for 2 days and then just...
Who allowed this to happen? Take this away. This was foolish. You're all punished. Okay.
That'll be another palace of cheese.
All right.
That is fresh.
Just build palaces next to each other every 2 days. Unwrap a palace of cheese.
This one Munster, this one
Yes.
Cheddar. Who
Oh
built,
my god, this sounds so amazing!
Who built-
I would eat my way through
who
rooms.
built with the Limburger? That was unfortunate.
You guys talk for a while, and then there is a blast of trumpets. And enters the king, walking this time, not floating. He steps in, he's dressed in very, very fine emerald garments and an emerald cape. He's about 6'2", 6'3", very dark skin, short cropped hair, short on the sides as well. His hair is black, graying at his temples. He is accompanied on his left by his great-great-granddaughter, a Princess Avani, and the next in line for the throne.
How old is the great-granddaughter?
She looks like a little older than they would look, so maybe like 18, 19. A toast to 50 years of peace. May it continue forever. Yeah. Cheers.
Forever.
Ding.
Cheers.
Cheers. And
I pretend to drink.
Friday, it's good to see you here. Hey, it's good to see you at all.
Always wonderful to see you, Uncle
Your
Jacob.
father is quite concerned.
Well, I am looking forward to reuniting with my father. I think there are things we need to talk about.
I'm sure he'd love to see you. Why don't you return with us? Your friends,
My traveling companions.
they may return with us as well. Welcome to Turtlefest, gentlemen. Now, you know him fairly well. Enough that, he's not someone who hangs out a lot with people, but he always seems to like kids. So especially when you were younger, he really just loved playing with you guys and you would hang out. And you were always never really a child. You were always kind of very, very proper, even when you were the equivalent of 10 or 11. So while everyone else was running and playing with hoops and whatever, you would just be sitting and reading, and he would just kind of join you and you guys would talk. And that's kind of how this bond began. So this is kind of very familiar for you two, okay?
He was a little bookworm. That's kind of adorable.
It is, isn't it?
He started taking to this elf while she's learning and
Totally,
stuff.
totally.
So cute.
Well, because she was such a different little elf. Who wouldn't be just charmed by her, you know?
I just picture all the elves, actually. Is that racist? Staying inside and reading all the time?
All the high elves?
They're not even more interested in the elf that's running around playing soccer right now. What the hell is this? I want to be a berserker. Wow! Cool!
No, most of them like nature and outside.
Yeah, even the high elves really like nature and that kind of aesthetic, and they even incorporate it into their stone and everything else. But no, you were like, no,
The
this would be
islands are
fine.
more like nature at a distance. They enjoy
Well, no. They have huge gardens. They love it there. They're about controlled nature,
Yeah, they're
while
not
as the
so
wild
wild.
elves are about letting it do its thing. Exactly. Yeah.
And wild elves are into nature, whereas high elves are into landscape architecture.
Basically, yes. Basically.
Tiffany, just
No
Tiffany is so
fucking way.
awesome.
She is
Tiffany.
not being called Tiffany. Not a
Yes.
goddamn chance. Sirena, as in siren. So Sirena.
Cyrena.
Sirena.
Love that one.
That's going to be hard to say a bunch, but I like it. So, Sirena.
I head out into the town, start heading towards places where there's congregations of people, I'd imagine somewhere where they're drinking.
Yep.
You do a little thing called just testing the waters. Basically, you start looking for people who are doing shady things. You think someone's doing shady, you kind of thieves can at them. If
Sure.
they thieves can back to you, clearly they're a thief.
Perception.
12.
That's actually enough.
So
So you're
3 seconds to add.
you're down at the in the market area for a while. There's basically a fish market on the docks, right on the docks, that is attracting a lot of people. And then there's also
Which docks? There was 2.
there are 2 docks, not the there's like the private docks up here, and then
Oh,
the
not
public
the private
docks down
docks.
on the
Not the
south.
private docks.
No, and then between that, where the fish market is, all the way up to the main guild hall, is just tents and different people set up with
It's like an
stalls.
open-air market.
Yeah, they're selling turtle trinkets and turtle shells and little turtle carvings and soap turtles and turtle and turtle soups and everything all the way up.
It's Turtlefest a lot. I kind
Sure.
of want to buy like a souvenir or something.
Do you want to like buy?
Turtle hat.
Buy a souvenir.
Yeah.
I like
No, like
He wouldn't steal from them. He's a very specific type of thief.
Yeah, not this way. We
Nope.
can take this.
Well, there are
Oh.
turtle hats, and there are
I want a hat.
stuffed turtles, and
I
there
want
are.
something I can kind of have for the rest of my adventure. Like, in our world, a keychain type of thing would be really cool.
One of the things you get at
know what I
King's
mean?
Dominion,
Some
the
kind of little
turtle.
trinket.
Yeah.
It's like
I wanna
a
have
foam
Yeah.
the rest of
turtle
my
with this
adventure.
leash. Like,
I could see there are. Okay, hang on. There is one particular older
I mean,
woman.
they have keys there. You
Yeah.
can literally get a
The-
key ring.
there is an older woman in one of the stalls, not nearly as adorned or as large as the other, and she is just quietly whittling away at turtle bone shell that she has cut up into pieces, and she is just whittling tiny little turtles, one after the next.
Oh my god. Okay, so she's whittling turtle bone?
Yeah,
Is any of this shit dice by any chance?
she has dice.
Fuck yeah, that's exactly what I do. I, in fact, go to her and say, I would like to purchase your gambler's dice.
She has a beautifully carved set of 2 dice, 2 6-sided dice. No, I'm sorry, 5, because they comes in pairs of 5 for different dice games. So a set of 5 6-sided dice that have been carved out of tortoise shell and then inlaid with some sort of silver on where she's carved out the dots and then
Wow.
inlaid them in.
Oh my god.
Very nicely done.
How much?
2 gold.
2 gold? I'm not even going to mess around with you. You
Wow.
can have it. There you go.
Oh, she's quite happy. Oh, well, thank you, young man. Thank you very much. As you're doing that, out of the corner of your eye, you spot someone you know. There's a halfling there from your guild. And you
No
see him
way.
working one of the other stools. His name is Griff Longfoot, and you know him well.
Griff?
Yep.
Griff is here?
Griff is here.
I whistle to him and thieves can't. Like, in a way that would be like, you've got to be kidding. But
You
like,
whistle, and he hears
Yeah.
it, and he perks right up, and he looks over, and he looks white as a ghost when he sees you, and he moves to vanish into the crowd. So your perception versus his
follow
stealth.
him.
He runs into the alley, and you run after him, and you're not sure which way he went, and he's gone. Back into the party. You guys have been hanging out for a while, and she, as much as you're trying, she clearly does not want to be here.
I feel like I would pick up on the fact that she doesn't want to be here. So I kind of, try to inch my way over, talk to her, and
I would say you guys are seated right next to
Can
each
I
other.
just lean over?
Lots, you don't look like you want to be here anymore.
I'm here because I must be here.
What are the chances of you and me getting on the way out of here and have some real fun?
She looks bemused, and she turns to you, and she's like, "What do you got in mind?"
Have you ever been to a surf party?
Surf party.
Yeah.
I have not. What is a surf party, my friend?
The ones lower than you, the ones you usually don't talk to?
Oh, a surf party. I'm thinking like,
Oh, no.
like, are we going? Like, yeah, are we going to the 1950s? Where on earth are you going? Oh. She kind of looks this way, and boom, she grabs your arm and she starts leading you right out the front. You see him go. That's fine.
Obviously.
Well, yeah, I'm not doing anything because what am I? Torvik, don't take the princess.
I think
Says Para.
Torvik's going with the princess.
Yeah, I see that.
I think
Para.
because I think that they're going to go somewhere, so we should follow. We should follow them. I can make a light. We should follow them. We should follow them, and I'll show the way. She wants to dance. And she wants this kind of dancing, not that hoity-toity bullshit. She likes to jump around and stomp and be physical, and this is exactly what she's into. And then she just reaches into her pocket and she just scatters about 10 gold onto the counter. Round for everyone!
Because that's really weird that he would have been like, here, you know, oh, there's somebody I know and recognize, and he knows and recognizes because he physically reacted. And
Yes,
then
he did.
Ran away and vanished. What?
Yes, he did.
Well,
He is being very careful, and he's good at what he does. You actually lose him once, and then have to kind of like go back, and you catch him again, and you follow up, and it takes about 20 minutes to get down towards the fish market. But he is clearly going towards a boat, you guess? You're not sure, but there's a lot of music and a lot of things picking up, and you're heading towards that right now, like a big party, it looks like, down by the docks.
Fuck it, I whistled to Griff. Griff, wait! Where are you going? Stop!
Okay, Griff hears you, and then like turns, like he looks like he's gonna bolt up the dock. What do you do?
Up the dock, onto the ship.
You're gonna just chase after him.
Yes, what is he doing?
Roll athletics. Oh, God, my fucking twos.
10.
Okay, he trips. He trips on the dock, and he falls, and he goes to get back up, and you're up, and you're on him. What do you do? Do you tackle him?
Yeah, I stop him. I would like to stop him.
Okay, roll to grab him. Roll to grapple.
1.
1.
Okay, yes. So you roll to grab him, and he's like, no, and you both just trip and tumble right off the dock into like a very, very shallow water below, and he splashes down, and he's like, please, Toro, please don't, please.
Stop! What are you doing? Why are you running from me? What is going on?
I thought...
You thought what? What are you thinking? Please tell me what you're thinking.
Toro, they're all dead. Every single one. They came and they killed all of us, man. They were looking for you.
Whoa, slow down. Who is dead?
The whole clan, man. They burned the place out. They're all dead.
They killed?
They killed everyone, man.
The whole guild?
They're all
the whole guild?
Dead, dude. Every single one is dead. Basso's dead. Everyone's dead. They killed all of them.
How?
I don't know, but I know it's the Baron. He came for us, man. They burned the whole place out. They were looking for you, man. I like living. I like breathing. I'd like to go on continuing doing that if we're cool.
Fine.
All right, man. See ya. And he's just gone. This is not a great start to Turtlefest. So on that bit of a down note, thank you for joining us for episode 10 of Godsfall, chapter 1 of Turtle Bay. Next week we will be coming back for chapter 2 to close up the first half of season 1. We're then going on a 1-month break so we can get caught up on the editing, so we're not knocking these things out last minute, and so we can protect the quality of the product we've made so far. So we're gonna keep working through this break, and when we get back, we're gonna have a ton more content for you. But before we do that, make sure to come back next week for the second half of Turtle Bay. See you then.